Good morning. My name is Amit Malhotra, and I'm the Global Head of Retail Banking for Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, which is one of the largest Islamic banks in the region and one of the most innovative Sharia compliant banks.
Thank you very much for your time here today at the Dubai FinTech Summit. You have very big news that you have shared, that you are the first bank to offer fractional sukuk. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Absolutely. I think this is something we are most excited about as we are the first bank in the region and perhaps even globally to offer Sharia compliant fractional sukuks through our platform, what we call smart sukuks. Just as a background, the minimum requirement for an individual to invest in sukuks or bonds is $200,000, right? So as a result of which the retail investors didn't have much options, unless you actually had a corpus of minimum 200,000 or multiples thereafter. So what we have done, we actually fractionalized sukuks and we converted them into denominations of $1,000 each. And the other thing is we actually put it on our digital banking platform. So as a result of which, what now we have provided retail investors the option of being able to buy, invest, or for that matter buy and sell anytime sukuks in denominations of $1,000 each and with full transparency. So as a result of which, we have sukuks now available in denominations which are palatable. So we made it more affordable, we made it more accessible. And the best part is that even if you're not a bank customer, you can just download the banking app. With a few clicks, in a couple of minutes, you actually can become a bank customer, fund your account, and then start, investing in Sukuk. So that's been one of the most innovative things. And it started with actually constant customer feedback that we used to get because customers actually didn't have any options earlier, and hence we went back to the canvas, and then we partnered with the regulator. We partnered with the Ministry of Finance together, and then of course help from the Central Sharia Board as well as the internal Sharia team. We came out with a good Sharia compliant solution for the clients.
And how does this tie into your vision for the future?
So, if I step back a bit, we recently launched what we call the Vision 2035, and that's all about building the bank of future. And one of the verticals or pivots there is what we call the Adib Ventures. And within Adib Ventures, the conversations about how do we forge more fintech partnerships, how do we drive a digital agenda or innovation agenda, looking at what the bank of future would look like. And this is one such innovation that we've done, where we actually fractionalize the sukuks and we then completely digitized it and offered on a digital platform accessible to everyone. Similarly, now we're working on our Gen AI strategy going forward, and inshallah in times to come you also see some good use cases, some good product and services which will be driven on Gen AI, completely pivoted at what would help the consumers, and that's the other thing we're working on. We're also looking at our digital asset strategy to see again how do we do that. We're also looking at tokenization of products and services as we go forward. Yeah, so I think in a nutshell, we've got a lot of streams under our the ventures. The core of it is identify the right partners who come and complement your offerings in the market. They bring in their strengths to you. You complement by of course of being a bank of a certain scale and size. Sometimes they need a balance sheet. Sometimes they need funding help from our side. But more importantly, we become the platform which actually takes the fintechs to the next level.
And then lastly, you mentioned AI technology is moving so quickly. How do you see the bank of the future? What would that look like?
Yeah, so I think for me, the bank of the future would be built on convergence. And when I say convergence, it's convergence of various themes that have been spoken about in the last 18 months or 2 years. So for example, there's always been about blockchain and what blockchain would do to financial services. This whole conversation about AIification, this conversation about open banking and open finance going forward, your digital currencies, your digital assets, tokenization. I think going forward over the next few years, starting now, we'll see how these converge together to build the bank of future. So the bank of future or the bank of tomorrow, would be leveraging on Gen AI. I think our product and services will be APIs, and then we get into open banking, open finance, with the right partnerships. I think we would see blockchain, especially when it comes to either KYC at the time of customer onboarding, or for that matter when we talk about payments, cross-border remittances. Definitely we should see that fructifying. I think digital currencies is definitely something which is out there, and especially it enabling inclusive banking, which is again core to our ESG strategy as a bank, and I'm sure the industry is looking forward to it. Yeah, so I think in a nutshell, it's going to be a convergence of various things coming together. a Gen AI-enabled bank, APIs, product and services, which actually help consumers consume product and services without actually having to bank, really. I think that's where the future of banking lies.
Thank you very much for your time and the best for the rest of the summit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.